Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 9 of Europa Universalis IV as Japan. I was hoping that I would have been able to pop the button and form Japan by this point in the game, mainly because we managed to integrate Ainu, but not Ainu, Uchi was it? I can't even remember myself now. Uchi, yeah, we integrated Uchi. Unfortunately, the problem we have is that we got stuck in this war against Korea, which worked out well for us. We managed to grab a piece of land from them. Unfortunately, it wasn't the piece that we would have preferred, but it wasn't our war, so we didn't really get to choose. It does give us the potential to fabricate on a few more provinces, so we'll definitely do that. Unfortunately as well, the one piece of land he gave us was in a different bloody trade node. Out of all of the provinces we had sieged, he gave us the one that was in a completely different trade node to all the others. Oh well, what can you do? So we're just going to carry on here. We have quite a manpower deficit. We have lost a lot of men. We're also apparently getting... is there anywhere we can sit that has good supply? Supply limit 31. Let's go and sit down there. So we're going to sit down there, hopefully have our manpower replenish. We still need 3,000, but this is pretty much going to run us all out of our manpower. We can get our next Diplotech, so we should go ahead and grab that. We're still really behind on all of our techs. Unfortunately, we had our leader ruling, our leader as a general in the army. Now, we did that for two reasons. One, we couldn't actually afford to get a general at the time. And secondly, he was a pretty crap leader. So it's actually good that we managed to get our heir in power, because our heir was a better guy all round. The downside to this whole thing, unfortunately, is that we had a 2 stability drop because we died in combat. So that's a bit of a pain. Trade efficiency is still down for another 5 years. Hopefully that will sort itself out. We'll start making some money again soon. We do have some money in the bank though, so that's not too much of a problem. We've got good legitimacy. The prestige isn't terrible. Power projection is still pretty bad. Korea lost provinces in our war. That does give us some more power projection, but not an awful lot. There are obviously going to be some problems with provincial unrest because we are coring provinces that weren't ours. Luckily, we did have claims on both of the provinces that our ally took for us. There's not really an awful lot I can do in this war. You know, these guys are now just getting wrecked by Cochin, which is absolutely stupid. Because we had like a positive 30-something war score, and by separate piecing Korea, they lost all of that war score. I mean, I was going to do that to them anyway. The plan was I was going to separate piece out and try and take what I wanted to take, but at least we have land on the mainland. That is the important thing. We do still want to form Japan. Unfortunately, we need to get out of this flipping war to do it. I guess we could try and do that directly. We could just go and say, hey, can we get out of this war, please? They wouldn't even be willing to take a white piece at the moment. -8 reasons. Because they're just making massive gains. They're probably going to end up piecing out soon anyway. I'm surprised they only have 23% war score, to be quite honest. I suppose it's because they haven't been able to siege out any of my stuff. And Cochin, as far as I'm aware, because they're all inland, don't actually have any navy. So there's no ships out here. They're not going to be able to get any ships out to me. So it might be a bit of a stalemate war unless I go over there and start taking stuff. But again, we can't really afford to. We've got no manpower. We've got... well, we are making money again now, but barely. You don't even have enough men to unsiege your own provinces, so that's definitely causing some problems. Korea, do you have any more enemies? Not right now, you don't. I'm sure you will at some point. We'll continue fabricating claims against them. Now, I can't fabricate claims against these guys yet, because... yeah, we can't fabricate claims against these guys yet, because they are still... I've even lost the flipping pop-up. Covert actions, yeah, fabricate claims, because they're still a subject. But once we actually get to enact the forming of Japan, that'll no longer be a problem. We'll be able to go and deal with those guys. Should be able to just steamroll over them. Definitely want to try and get some tech, though. I mean, our tech at the moment is 454. We have the same tech as Ming. I mean, that is ridiculous. I still think all in all we've done quite well. I mean, it is 1475, So what's that? 40, 50, 60, 70, 30... 30... 40, 44 it starts, so 31 years into the game, and we've already managed to unify all of Japan with the exception of 2 provinces, take Ainu, take Okinawa, and take 2 provinces from Korea. That is a pretty good start as Japan. Yeah, the reason these guys still only have such a small war score, they only have 25 war score, is because they'd have to siege out all of my stuff first, and that ain't gonna happen. It looks like we're actually making some manpower now. We're fully reinforced, which is good. We are still at our force limit. Again, that's a force limit that may increase as some of the autonomy starts to wear down in a few of the provinces. You guys are in for a really bad next couple of years. I will keep periodically trying to see if we can peace out of this war. Yeren are at -1 stability, and... their war exhaustion is pretty high. I'm surprised that... This is the weird thing, right? And this is something that's always confused me about the AI in war in this game. The AI does 2 absolutely stupid things, okay? The first absolutely stupid thing the AI does is already happened, okay? I'd sieged out a lot of Korea, which was giving us a huge positive war score. The AI decided it would be a good idea to piece Korea out of the war, thus losing all of the war score and now putting us in a negative war score. That is something a player would never do. Yes, sometimes you do want to separate piece someone out, but he basically gave all of the war score away. Stupid, stupid, stupid. The second stupid thing that the AI does is this. Look at the war from Korchin's point of view. Korchin have got Yeren. I mean, Korchin and Yeren are the 2 major parties in this war. It is the Korchin Conquest of Yeren, right? Korchin have most of Yeren sieged, but they only have 27 war score. And the reason they only have 27 war score is because they need to siege me out. Now, they can't come and siege me out because they don't have any navy, so they can't get to me. So the best thing for them to do would be to piece me out. If they pieced me out... I'd no longer be part of the war, and they'd pretty much have a 100% war score against Yeren. So, will they piece me out? No, because they have negative reasons. So the AI is stupid in not wanting to let me out of the war for a white peace. If they let me out of the war, they will win. If they don't let me out of the war, they're probably going to end up white piecing out because they can't get any more war score. It's absolutely ridiculous. Show them the Shinto way. What do we have here? Make 3 provinces into Shinto. Well, that is the plan. And conquer Korea. Well, that is also the plan as well. Might be a while before we can do that, though. But we are starting to convert provinces. So we'll have that going for a while. Are you going to let me out of this war? I mean, it's not really harming me being in it. It's not, you know, I'm not losing any men at the moment. But it's just such a stupid thing that Korchin is refusing to let me out, and it's just making it harder for them to win. I don't care if Yeren get sort of ripped to pieces now. I think if... Do Korea have any allies? Yeah, Korea are allied with Korchin directly. But I think probably the next time we are in a position to go to war with Korea, I could probably handle them on my own. We've just got to keep taking little nibbles out of them. That's the point. Because they're not all that big. They're not all that big and scary. We've got more land than they have. We are a bigger country. And there are other people here that we could potentially get alliances with, even if they're just temporary to allow us to go ahead and fight. Ming's getting torn a new arsehole over there, so he's probably not going to be all that useful. Can we get out of this war yet? I mainly want to get out of this war because I want to form Japan. Because it'd be nice to do sometime in this series. -1 reason. It's because the length of war's going down. But you see, because they hold the Yeren capital, and because they're making gains, and because they have a higher military strength than... Well, I don't think they have a higher military strength than we do. But they're unwilling to peace out. Because for them, it's beneficial to keep us in the war. It just doesn't make sense. Come on, Paradox. Now, of course, if we peaced out early, it will upset our relations with Yeren, but you've also got to ask yourself, how much is going to be left of Yeren after this anyway? I mean, let's be honest. I don't really think Yeren can fight back at this point, and this is a lot of land that we could take. There's no reason why we won't be going to war with Yeren later anyway. I mean, they're steppe nomads, so, you know, you think the Chinese tech group is handicapped compared to the Western tech group. The nomadic tech group is even worse. I think Chinese tech group have a 160% modifier. Nomadic, I think it's 180. 175. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. Again, one of the reasons why we want to try and westernise at our earliest possible opportunity. So that's one of Yeren's guys. You're now just sitting around there in that... Well, that's fine. You're reducing the revolt risk, I suppose. Okay, he's actually peaced out now. Yeren will cede 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces, renouncing claims, paying some money. Okay, so you've given away some provinces. Yeah, you've lost a bit of land up here. That's fine. We are finally out of the bloody war, which means we can enact our national decisions. Now, there's 2 different decisions. This one we can't currently take. This one is 100 legitimacy. Look at that. This one is all countries. Right, does not have the government type daimyo. Well, there are 2 daimyos that we can't get rid of. So we need to enact this one first. So we're not a subject nation, we're at peace, and we have at least 15 cities. It will change our government to a feudal monarchy. We'll get 10% income from vassals, 10% tax modifier income, 25% income from vassals, an extra diplomat, and -5 years to our national focus cooldown, which is standard for a feudal monarchy. The 2 remaining daimyos will also become feudal monarchies, and it will release them both from being our vassals. We'll also lose a core on this province. It's strange that we have a core, but we would lose it. But we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, we lose the other option to do it diplomatically, unfortunately, which would have given us more points and more legitimacy. But at least these guys are now separate. So what we can do is we can go over to these guys, and we are going to fabricate claims on them, because claims make stuff cheaper. We don't want to we don't want to ally with them, because we want to go and take their stuff. But at least we have managed to form Japan. Yet they're both going to want to ally with me, but we just want to take your lands. You're totally minor little provinces that we're not bothered about. We are losing money right now. So what we're going to do, as we're not at war, is put down our maintenance costs. We've probably just gone over the force limit, to be honest. Yeah, because our force limit is now 19. That's because we've just got rid of those 2 vassals. So we're losing the force limit contribution. I think I'd sooner get rid of a couple of the cavalry, because they are more expensive. So that puts us back at the force limit, and we shouldn't be losing as much money now. Of course, those provinces will eventually be ours again. Let's just go up to speed 3. Now we're not at war anymore. And of course, we will be sorting those guys out very soon. We want to continue fabricating as many claims as we can against Korea. What do we want to get down here? We've got most of the provinces that we need. I guess we'll just randomly try and claim everything that we can. What do we want to do here for this decision? We can get 15% trade efficiency and 50 diplo, or 200 odd ducats. Well, the trade efficiency is for 10 years. I think we'll take that. We'll get the diplo power as well. Are still quite behind on our tech, which I don't like, but not an awful lot we can do about that. So the only other option that we could have had was to actually integrate these guys diplomatically, which we could have done. But again, that would have just cost us diplo points, and at the moment, we are quite behind on diplo. In fact, diplo is probably further behind than anything else right now. So I don't really want to have to spend the diplo points. We are making a decent number of admin points, because first of all, we're admin focused, we have an admin advisor, and we have a... well, he's not brilliant in admin skill, but he does have some admin points. Our heir definitely does not. Our heir is terrible. Now, we fought with you to the end, so you probably like us quite a bit. You would actually be willing to get a royal marriage at this point. It might be worth doing it, just to improve the chances of a new heir. And they definitely were useful in the war against Korea. I mean, well, they were more of a minor distraction to Korea than anything else. What have we got here? Jeju, 9.9%, which is the island. What are we doing? We are coring. Unrest, 9.9%. Got a missionary working. We've not had any warnings about the factions yet. Yeah, 30% Korean separatists. Animist zealots will probably go away once we stop converting. Overextension. No, we are coring both provinces. They are about to be done. So our plan here at the moment: get these two claims fabricated. Take these two provinces. And then we've basically got all of the land that should be Japan. Then we just need to start going after Korea good and proper. What was the mission that we took? I've forgotten what it was already. Oh yeah, to make the provinces Shinto. Are these all these provinces here? Yeah. So we've got to make all of these provinces Shinto, which is what we're currently working on anyway. Manpower is recovering. It's slowly, but it's recovering. We do have quite a bit of war exhaustion, which is another reason that we wanted to get out of the war. Because the war just causes war exhaustion. But it is going down. It'll go down on its own. Got our first CB. Got our second CB. Let's go over to you and offer you the royal marriage before you change your mind. Let us go ahead now and bump up our army maintenance. Still making money. There we go. There's a couple of cores done. Who do we go for first? Grasslands. Well, grasslands doesn't matter which of you we go. We can do them both at the same time if we wanted to. Probably not a bad idea. We don't have a military leader anymore, but I don't think we need one. So, what do we want to do here? Korean separatists popping up in... Well, it's only because that's at 50%. 2.8 years. Think we're okay for the time being. Do we want to go and do this now? We don't really have a lot of manpower. I think we might as well. We might as well go and get it done. So let's go ahead and declare war on you. You don't have any allies. We will declare war. So we're just gonna... We're not even at full morale, but it doesn't really matter. Way over the number of troops he has. His armies are crushed. Detach a siege. Move out of the province. Let's go and move you up into the hills over here. In fact, no, we'll leave you here. Because that way you won't get a river crossing. Might as well run 2 easy wars at the same time, because it won't make the war exhaustion anyway. In fact, we'll come from the hills. Just trying to avoid this river crossing penalty. Yeah, might as well do 2 easy wars at the same time, because at least by doing 2 wars at the same time, you don't have to worry too much about the war exhaustion. Can we get another guy out of that? Yeah. So this should be right. We completely stat wipe them. We should get these guys as well. So we'll just move you up to there, group you together. And we want to declare war on you. In we move. Again, they didn't even have their army maintenance all the way up. So we should squish them pretty easily, even though they have a leader and we don't. A couple of crappy rolls there. We've won. They're completely squashed. Detach a siege and go back to our safe province. And in fact, what I think I'll do is, I'm guessing most of this provincial unrest is in Jengu. Well, half of it's in Jengu and half of it is over here as well. So we'd really need to split the navy up, but let's go and get our transports here. Let's unmothball them. Let's go and pick you guys up. We'll try and reduce some of the problems. So how many men do we have in total? We have a force limit of 20. So let's say out of this lot, what do we have here? We have 12. So let's go ahead and kick off one of the cavalry, and let's kick off one of the infantry as well. So that leaves us with 10. So this unit's going to get on the boat, and the boats can go and drop you guys off over here. And then once we've finished these wars, we'll pick the other guys up, and they can go and sit on the other island. Guess you guys can just repair up for now. Not too much of a problem. You can probably detach one more from the siege. No? What about you? You've just lost a man due to a disease outbreak, which is unfortunate, so you're not actually getting any siege progress on this tick. And again, that's costing us manpower. Now, I could move my ships down here to blockade. It'll certainly speed them up, but I don't think we need to worry too much about that. It would be nice to get another light ship. What are we like in terms of our naval force limit? We are still slightly over. While I have some manpower in the bank, let's go ahead and grab another infantry unit, just so that we will have 10 on each of these provinces. So that doesn't reduce the national unrest, not by a huge amount, but at least if they spawn, they should spawn underneath one of my armies. So that won't be too bad. You're continuing to siege again. You've almost done. You might as well come back here, because you're going to have to pick all of the guys up and take them over to Jeju. Taking a long time to do these religious conversions. We have won this siege, fantastic. So let's go ahead and take that. No Diplo, 2 prestige. How much money do you have? 73, not bad. Send demand. Unpause, you guys come home. No, I just want you to get your asses over there. Oh, this is good, isn't it? So we can lose 33 Diplo, we can gain 25 local autonomy in Setsu, or 6 regiments. Well, we'll just take the regiments and we'll go and deal with them. We've got the manpower, I think. We don't have a leader, which is a little bit problematic. These guys are almost done. Now then, over here, we want to bump up the autonomy, and we want to go ahead and core it. 80 admin power again. It's all slowing us down. About to get another unit up here. Let's go in with superior numbers. Now then, in terms of a leader, you do have a 4-2-0. What I'm going to do is I am going to make our heir into a military leader, who is crap. I mean, he has a lot of maneuver. He's good at running away, but that's about it. Let's go in and see if we can... they'll probably win the siege, unfortunately. I don't think we'll get there in time. I think they'll just make it... I mean, I think they'll just get the siege. Yeah, they have done. So, we do get the river crossing penalty. Well, no, it's a terrain penalty. I was going to say, how did we get a river crossing penalty? First of all, I didn't even assign the leader to the army, because I constantly do that. I make the guy into a leader and then forget to assign him. Good how you were mothballed, but then you've unmothballed to come out of the dock, but that's fine. Yeah, so I actually forgot to assign the heir as a leader, which was a little bit of a mistake. Not to matter, we still won. Oh, we've regained that one, so you go back over there. I know we're over the 20-minute mark. We'll be dealing with that very shortly. We just need to win this siege over here. And again, we've got another flipping disease outbreak. Let's just go and get you guys to stand there and help. And just burn away some more of our manpower, because why not? Then we've got to get on some boats, and that'll lose 1 stability or lose 5 prestige. Well, I'm not paying any more admin points out than I need to. Group up, detach, move over there. No. Okay. So when I hit detach siege, it didn't actually detach the siege, and it's now reset my siege. GG shortcut keys. Okay, so that is probably a good point to end the video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as Japan, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.